self-taught artist León Ferrari is considered one of the instigators of the international conceptual art movement. His work has brought together the poetic and the political to question authoritarian power. He's considered one of the most relevant figures in 20th century art and is known worldwide for his controversial work. León Ferrari was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1920. He was a trained engineer, however he left the study behind to experiment with ceramics, sculpture, and drawing. After traveling to Italy on 2 separate occasions, by 1962 he had returned to Buenos Aires during the heat of intense societal change. This was a crucial decade for Argentina as it attempted to solidify post-war transformations and establish the first outlines of a new world order. In Argentina, these shifts led to a political system that fed misery and violence, expelling a large part of the population from the countryside into the belts of a concentrated poverty around the rich metropolis of Buenos Aires. This was the world that Antonio Berni described in his paintings and prints of the 1960s and 70s about a barrio boy he named Juanita Laguna, and that Ferrari examined in his works on the wars and miseries accompanying global progress. Ferrari's hogwash of words is a depiction that language, in its raw form, is simply a visual representation. Ferrari used the construction of words to expand upon the field of art as it was strictly understood in order to convey the need for freedom of expression and to communicate his societal dissidence and critiques of the powers of church and state. Argentina in the 1960s had an unstable political system. Conflicts among military factions and censorship of magazines, films, and art were an enduring threat to democracy. In 1963, Ferrari created a series of drawings named Cartas a un General, letters to a general. These cards experiment with words and language as a visual tool. The letters consist of rows of squiggly cursive words overlapped so much so that it is illegible. The lines in the letters are stretched out and the loops are dramatized, making it look although it was gibberish. The words look simplistic, yet it is effective in asking the viewer what meaning lays behind the text. The simplicity is evoked from the delicate contrast between the pure whites and the harsh strokes of black ink. And though the calligraphy is distorted beyond legibility, the meaning behind Ferrari's work is much more complex. Years later, Ferrari discussed the strengths and weaknesses of the letters. He stated, "The incomprehensibility of these letters is more than a protection from censorship. It reflects an inability to write a letter like that of Rodolfo Walsh. That is a letter. What I did was an imitation of a letter, or a hidden letter, which might make one wonder, does this mean something or not?" In quadro escrito, written painting, Ferrari is illustrating what he would have painted had God blessed him with painterly talent. The work comprises an elaborate, gestural, calligraphic text in a reaction against painting itself. Ferrari continued on to have one-man shows in Argentina and to raise criticism from the church and newspapers through his sarcastic religious and political work, such as The Impregnating Tree, the first of his works to openly criticize Christianity.
De alto se